Okay, I'm live. Hey guys. So, nervous for this one, but doesn't get more honest than this. So, I'm going to read this disclaimer. Anything that is said here today is me reacting
Doesn't get
from.
more honest than
Whoop,
this. So
let
I'm
me
gonna
turn that down. Okay. Anything that is said here today is me reacting from screenshots I've seen. It's me joining this group and witnessing myself. These statements are my opinions, and if at any point this sounds like this And if any point this sounds like 100% facts, just know these are my opinions. I made a deal with the person that is sending me these screenshots that I would not publicize it because they are also scared to leave. And the deal was that it would never be made public. So, with that being said, let's just get right into it. So, first off, let's talk about why Alicia helloleesh was canceled, so to speak. So, the first reason why she was canceled, hi, Allie, thanks. Hi, UD, hey, thanks. So, the first reason why Alicia was canceled because she had sent the NIGGA word and a Snoop song, right? And I can't, here's the thing, it would be fake black outrage if I was like, oh my gosh, how dare Alicia say that when like I get into my car, I bop to Drake, like, you know what I mean? It would be absolute fake outrage on my part if I was like, oh yeah, Alicia, but don't get it twisted. I did get a restraining order against my neighbor this year for saying the NIGGER word in September. So, well, this year is 2022, so September of 2021. So I did do that. But that was the first reason to why she was canceled. Now, the second reason is that the ex mods, they say that Alicia basically they did free labor for her. That was the second reason. And you know what? I do think some people debate whether they are victims or not. I do believe at some point that these mods were victims only because Alicia has 40,000 plus subscribers. So there's a power dynamic here, and there just wasn't boundaries, really great boundaries set. So I do agree with that, and I've always have, and I've always been very open and honest how I felt about all of this. Um, the third thing I wanted to talk about, or the third thing that Alicia got canceled for, is that hmm, this one's like a sensitive topic, so I'm really just going to summarize it real quick. She talks shit about her friends behind their back. I know there was a story I heard about how Alicia helped a friend who was dealing with addiction. She came over, supposedly took the drugs away from the person. Apparently, Alicia was talking shit about this person. So, to sum it up, from what I've read and from what I've heard, is that she was talking shit about her friends. So, all right. So at some point, her mods were victims only because Alicia had like the 40K subscribers, and I did feel as if there was a power dynamic. Now, those are like the three like key reasons to why people fucking hate her. They think that she should apologize, and that she should also stop talking about them. Now, Alicia has a Patreon to where it has like 100 plus, like it's not 200, so it's 100 and something, 70 or something patrons, and so she does tell her stories, and when she does mention these people, but not by their name, but these people know that she is talking about them. So that also pisses them off. But it is hidden behind a private paywall. And if you ask me, at this point in time, the person that has the huge power dynamic here are the people who are the group of people like I call the cult, because they have a Twitterverse. And it's not just one, it's not just two, it's not just three, it's not just four, it's not just five, it's not just six, it's not just 10, it's a lot of them. And so at this point, their power is the Twitter and it's all of them. Whereas Alicia was talking behind a private paywall and she didn't even say, go to them by name. Now, I want to get into how I joined this group. So, hi, Mallory. Okay, so I went on Twitter and I didn't really know what a Discord was. Now, when I was covering Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas, I do recall hearing a Discord, but I kind of overlooked it. I just assume it was like text thing about, you know what I mean? I didn't really know. So I asked on Twitter, what is a Discord? How do I use one? How do I join a chat? And then someone reached out and was like, hey, you can join my Discord. So I realized there was an app, I downloaded it, and I was into this Discord. It wasn't until like a day or two later, I was like, oh shit, these are like helloleesh X mods. I didn't know, but I decided to be a part of the Discord because I was just like, I want to make friends. Like, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to just talk to people and, like, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be a part of something. That's why I joined it. So, when did I start to realize that something was not right? So, a terminology, like, I know what ops mean, but a terminology that I learned recently, like what it's used for YouTube, ops is when people kind of just listen into your lives, listen into anything to try to get something on you. And I realized that a lot of people in this Discord were like ops, like they would sit in and like listen to, because it was so weird to me that like every single moment Alicia would do something or someone who they disliked, they would like screenshot it instantly. And then it would just like, it was like, I'm like, they just posted this like 2 seconds ago. No, I'm exaggeration, 40 seconds ago. That's not an exaggeration. They just posted this like 40 seconds ago. How do you have it on there? And it was like this constant, like, damn, you don't have a life? Like, why do you keep it was just so weird to me. It was like, so that's when I started to feel like, this is weird. So, and then it continued to be like hate after hate. There were days where I would just, I'm like, gosh, Alicia would be silent. Alicia would be so silent, and they would still. And I get that many people say this was a really great support system, but I argue differently. I don't think that I think this is the worst thing these people could have done was get together. That's just my opinion. But it became to where there was just like hate after hate after hate. So I'd post a snack with a bagel and strawberry cream cheese and a banana. And I'm like, hey, this is my snack. And then it would just be hate after hate after hate. Like I'd post a picture of my dog and you get a few likes in there, and then back to hate after hate after hate. Like it was so toxic. I mean, there was a support group, but this wasn't it. So what got me was when they attacked the Twitter handle Skip. So there was a conversation, and there's a reason why now Fat Sajak is in the thumbnail, because I recall this conversation. Keep in mind, guys, when things like this would happen, I would dip. When things like this, so I kind of looked real quick. Oh, okay, that's what they're talking about. Let me dip until you know what I mean? That's what I would do. But I do recall there was this not Fat Sajak, but Skip had posted or tweeted something about helloleesh. So fucking glad I'm off Twitter. Melissa Brown, I respect you for trying to be positive. Joser says, I never use Discord. Okay, so Skip had posted something about helloleesh. I forgot what it was. And Fat Sajak and some other people, they were all having a conversation in the Discord, like, all right, let's shun her. And I'm sitting here like, are you guys serious right now? Like, is this what it comes to? And all of a sudden, keep in mind, their argument has always been, we just want Alicia to stop talking about us. We just want Alicia to stop, right? So what the fuck does this have to do with Alicia to stop talking about this? This was pure entertainment value. This was pure control. And that's another thing. These people want you to do like what they say. Like, oh my gosh, this person's awful, so let's all be awful. You know what I mean? It was... I'll get to groupthink in a second. But so they would attack Skip's Twitter. And then this was the first moment where I felt, and I'm looking down because I have notes. Like, I understand this assignment because if I'm going to do something like this, I need notes so I can be very clear to why I'm accusing these people of what they've done. Anyways, so, oh yeah, and then groupthink. So another feeling of me saying, okay, this isn't right, because they all practice groupthink. God forbid, la da me, that you did not have an opinion that, if you had an opinion that did not align with theirs, God forbid, la da me, okay? That's what my grandma would say, lie to me. I mean, you would have from one person typing into the Discord to several people typing because you, God forbid, you have a different opinion that does not align with theirs. So, gosh. So after this, it still didn't sit right. I didn't like groupthink. So then I started to really like look into just like comments that they've written on Alicia's comments before, etc., in her videos. And so as I was looking, they referred to her as queen. Now, what they consider, I realized what they consider as queen, like, you know how people leave in comments, oh my gosh, you're such a queen. It's some different shit. Because with them, like you had at one point, guys, there was one mod. Kid you not though, a mod is you mod. I have a mod right now, but her mods, they did do a little bit more with her Discord, but her mods, they were so into this queen that they were fighting over. They wanted one mod to get fired because they feel like the mod wasn't really, doing the queen justice. That's what it's come down to. Okay, so pay attention to the terminology queen because later on, and the reason why it's Malcolm is in the thumbnail is because when I entered this group, this Discord, this cult, I mean, when he came up in there, it was always the king has arrived, the king is here. And I mean, when I say always, I mean always. The king has arrived. And so to me, I feel like Malcolm is like their next like king, their next leader, so to speak. But it's true. They had their queen and now they have their king. I mean, it's just like when you really take a step back and look at all of this, it's absolute ridiculous. And you realize there is more to this. And I would not be sitting here, and I kind of feel weird right now, but I would not be sitting here doing this if I did not mean a damn thing that I'm saying. So next thing. Okay, so now, all right, so one thing. So what led to me leaving this Discord was there was one day, I don't even think Alicia did anything that day. I think she maybe just woke up and breathed, And there was one day where they were just going ham on her, going ham. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but they were going ham. And I said something, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't even remember what I said, but my whole delivery was, hey, she's a human being too. You know what I mean? Like she has feelings too. You don't know what she's going through. That was my whole thing. And then Sarah, she's in the thumbnail too. So Sarah was like, Nayli told me to stop my bitching. So there was a chick named Nayli. Nayli told me to stop my bitching, and I wasn't even bitching. And then Sarah chimed in and was like, hey guys, let's be respectful. And I had a world pausing moment. And I have 5 things here that happened during this world pausing moment because every time I talk about it, I'm saying this and that. But you know what I mean? World freaking pausing moment here. The first one was I'm not allowed to have an opinion on my own. I was told to stop my bitching by Nayli, and now this isn't the worst thing I've heard, but this was an overreaction to me. Like, how dare you step out of line? The second thing is I felt like I was only good use to them if I hated helloleesh, if I was down with their severe hatred. 3, in that world pausing moment, the king has arrived. That terminology came up in my mind and I was like, oh shit, here we go. So now they have you know what I mean? I just felt like, oh shit, Colt. And then the 4th thing I had was their kindness comes at a price. Now, I didn't know until after I left the Discord that all of my likes and stuff were coming to them. I would get compliments on my lipstick. I would get compliments as you're very well spoken. I would get compliments, on all of this stuff. And overnight, I became from the very well-spoken Black woman to the not intelligent person. Like, I'm not intelligent. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm talking about. I became all of that overnight. And then the 5th thing is, and my last thought in this world pausing moment was that they may have been the victims at some point, but now these people are clearly the abusers. A cycle. All right. So here is what happened after I left this group, this cult. I received a message from Sarah and she was asking me what happened. I also received messages from other members and I was very surprised because these members were like, "Girl, I couldn't say it. I'm so glad you did." Like these people were like, "I'm so glad you stood up because I'm so scared. Oh my gosh, I'm scared to leave because what they did to helloleesh, I don't want them to do that to me." So that's what was said to me. And at first, I was kind of like blowing everyone off because if you guys, cult members who are watching, look at your messages and stuff, I kind of copied and pasted the same thing to all of you guys. But then a few of you guys kept responding, kept like, talking to me more. And I was like, oh, you probably really do give a shit, you know? So all right. And then the reason why I found Sarah's message disingenuous is because people were currently, because she sent me this, oh, how are you? What happened? At the same time, people were still like talking shit about me and I was still receiving those screenshots. So I was like, okay, this is disingenuous. And then we get to Xylie's live. So all I can say here is that it was already planned prior to me even quitting this thing. It was already planned prior to that. I already planned to do it. And for some reason, and this is where it gets me back into this cultish thing, is like they thought that just because I joined them, that means that I'm gonna have the same opinions as them. Like you can't control me and what I do, where I do it, what life I want to go on. You think you like you can't do that. I'm not the one. I will not do what you say or any of that. And they really think if you join, that's exactly like, oh, we have you. No, you don't. So after Xylie's live, then the classic rules for thee, but not for me. So after Xylie's live, it was entertainment value for them to take screenshots and screen and record Alicia's lives. So they were taking on, and they were like, their argument, if you ever watch Xylie's live, their argument was basically, well, if Alicia's talking about us, even behind privacy, even behind a paywall, even though she doesn't call us out by our name, then we have every right to respond. Well, guys, this is what I'm doing right now because technically this cult now is supposed to be something that my eyes can't see, right? But I have people sending me screenshots and stuff, right? So guess what? I have the right to respond. Now, what similarities with Nexium? Seriously, they have some similarities with Nexium. So, and Nexium was a cult, right? So in Nexium, the cult with Allison Mack from Smallville, with Nexium, what they would do is that they would hold on to something that, like, the members would give Nexium or the leaders a secret that is just self-destruction if it got out. So that way these members, they couldn't talk or say anything, etc. Now, in this group, these people, they knew I had a scandal with Gabby Hanna. It's on my apology is in a community post. I've already admitted. First off, I'm done apologizing, but I'm just telling you about the scandal. I basically said Gabby Hanna wishes that she was R-worded. I even doubled down on that shit. It was like when the commentary bros called me out on it. I mean, people were like making videos about it. I get it. What I did was wrong. I ended up giving all the money I made from that to Rain. I feel so sorry for it, but I'm actually at this point done. And they knew that because I talked about it in the Discord. So what they did, like what cult people do, is that they held on to that information. And dare I say anything, dare I say their privacy or whatever, all of a sudden, after I've talked about their shit, talked about what they've said behind the scenes, all of a sudden they are sitting here, well, Blossom said this about Gabby Hanna. It was like all over Twitter. Blossom did this about Gabby Hanna, holding on to that stuff. And that is something cult people do. They want to make sure they hold on something to you so they can attack your character if you say something that happened in the group. That's what they do. And let's see. Oh, yeah. And so another indication of why I do believe that they are a cult is that, okay, so when you join a cult, like I'm going to use Nexium again, Allison Mack, you can look on YouTube, you will see that there's sorry, I'm nervous, but there, when you see on YouTube, you can see her talking about Nexium, how it's like woman power and all of this stuff. You know, when you're in a cult, they show you all of these like nice things they want you to see, etc. All of that stuff about them, right? So with these people, you see mental health advocate, like love yourself for who you are, you matter, like all of that stuff, right? They go against making fun of your physical appearance of how you are and all that stuff. But the moment you cross them, the moment you know, do anything, all of a sudden, like they called Beauty Demon a goblin, right? And by the way, Beauty Demon is beautiful, but they sat there and called her all these names. They call people, they make fun of people. And the thing is like, if this was no shade, but I'm just saying, if this was like Dustin Daly, we would expect him to do something like that because, you know, that's what he's not putting on a show. He is who he is. These people, they plaster on their Twitters, they plaster on their YouTube channels, all that stuff, all this nice stuff that really matter, mental health, love yourself for who you are, love you, let me give you emotional hug, all of that phony bullshit. But at the end of the day, no matter how many smiles they have, no matter how many I love yous and all that stuff, no, these people are fake as fuck. They're fake as fuck. And it's so similar to like a cult. It really is. Okay. Okay. Where do I go from there? Sorry, I need a drink. It's apple juice. Okay. All right. So now the victims who are now the abusers, and I should say, this goes back to their controlling. They got mad at Beauty Demon because apparently Beauty Demon, she made a recent video about helloleesh, and how dare they do that because they control everyone. That's who they are. They think they control people and what they do and how they do it. So they were upset because Beauty Demon didn't respond in a timely manner to them, because the bitch is going to respond, and she's not a bitch, but what I'm saying is, you know what I mean? Like, she's supposed to drop her shit and respond to you guys right away. They got upset with that shit. They got upset with it and thought she should have responded in time for them. Anyways, so the victims who are now the abusers is Sarah, Nayli, Meigs, and Audie. And these people, let me tell you right now, I don't care about, I'm sorry, but these people, mental health is the reason, but it's not the excuse, because these people will throw, oh, my anxiety, I'm so this and like, you can have all that, but still own your fucking shit. So we all have mental health problems at this point. I feel like we all do, but we're not sitting here blaming our mental health reasons for the reasons why we're doing shit. And then the hugest argument, and oh my gosh, Terry's another bully. Terry is a bully. Cap is a bully. Nayli is a bully. Audie, Meigs, they're all bullies. Okay, so at some point they were the victims, but their asses are now the fucking abusers. I've been attacked online because I left and had an opinion that didn't align with theirs. They think they control me talking about them, especially because I talk about helloleesh and stuff. But I'm sorry, news flash. The moment you put your story, even if it's telling your truth online, anyone out here in these streets have the right to respond. So you guys control no one. Now, why are they an online cult? Yes, Cass, they are high schooler bullies. The world hasn't caught up to this yet, but this is an online cult because, one, the posts and videos that people show on their YouTube channels, Twitter accounts, etc., it's not really who they are. If you join this group, you would think that's who they really are. And cult people, like I just said, how Nexium, they put on like this happy face, this nice face, like this is who we really are before you actually join the group. Like, you have really no idea what you're getting yourself into. The entire group practices groupthink. It's beyond that, because if you have like a different ideology from them, you're shunned. You're shunned. They're always it's this thing where, never mind. I'm gonna just stay on script here. Excuse me. So 3. From the beginning, they had a plan for members who joined who may be at risk. From the beginning, they knew about my Gabby Hanna thing, but the moment people join, like they were talking shit about, and I'm going to say the name, all that jazz too, when she left the Discord, when she left the group, and she was like an innocent little thing, and she left the group and they were still talking shit. So it's like, they will do anything once you leave. You can never just leave and things are good. You should be able to leave a fucking group and things be good. You should be able to be like, oh, I don't feel comfortable in here anymore, so I'm going to bounce. And nothing happens, not in this group. 4, Alicia was their queen, having mods fighting with other mods, and now it's Malcolm is their king. I mean, they say it in the chat. Now, going on to how have I handled them. They attack me online all the time. The cult has a thing they do for me in the group. I was the first. So they have this thing to where, and this goes to show you how many times they attack me. So I have to be able to turn this into a positive thing. So they have a thing to where they're like, oh, I was the first person Blossom blocked in the thing. I was the second person Blossom blocked. I was the third person Blossom blocked. Like, that's how much they try to troll. They try to get at me so they can like play that little game. So because they try to make it their mission to get blocked by me, I've changed my handle to I like my own tweets, and I even have a mug. Say what? I like my own tweets. You follows you. At one time, I couldn't handle them, and I deleted my Twitter. They took a screenshot, and they were laughing at me, etc. I mean, I kid you not, I had just deleted my Twitter, and I received a screenshot, I promise you, with less than a minute. Hey, you deleted your Twitter? Oh, they're talking about it. You know what I mean? And I want to keep in mind, I'm allowed to speak anything about this Discord, about this cult, about this group, because their argument has always been if someone is talking about you, even behind a private wall of any kind, then they are allowed to react to it. So, and another thing, they always think I'm yelling or, the angry Black woman. Now, do they come out and say, oh, no, they're never going to actually come out and say racist things but they come out, oh, she's yelling, or, oh, you're so well-spoken, they find a way to like attack you. Oh, now her intelligence, she's stupid. Anyways, I'm not here to be the victim. I'm really not. But it did take like a mental toll, but I deleted my Twitter. I mean, not anymore. Now I'm like, fuck y'all, but I'm gonna let everyone out here in these streets know who you guys really are. But, it did in the very beginning because it's this overwhelming amount of people. They all attack, they all shun, all of them. They all do it together. And that's like it just takes a mental toll when it's just a bunch of people all at once, attack. So, but let's see. And now here's what I say to the people who are still in the group and want to leave. And now it's kind of tough because then the people who do leave, they're like, well, if I leave now, they're going to know it's me. So this is a really tough one. It really is, because when you're in a cult and people talk shit about you, try to attack you on every social media account that you have. I mean, these people even went to Alicia's Instagram and started contacting her friends via online and on some platform. You know what I mean? These people, they go above and beyond. They are not the nicest people who you think they are. They are absolutely evil. But I would say to the people who want to leave this cult, I would say a mantra that I always say is that, these are just people. At the end of the day, that's all they are. They're just flesh and bones. That's what they are. They're just people. And I know like what I've just stated, you're probably like, oh, fuck, no, I'm not going to ever like leave or something, but it's okay. These are just people. That's all they are. That's all they are. They're not, any smarter than you. You know what I mean? Like, these people need someone to hate. They, instead of their hatred towards Gabby Hanna, now they just changed it to helloleesh. That's all they did. It's like, these people are not who they portray to be. These people, I hope this video reaches to who it needs to reach, because I'm telling you right now, I'm a small YouTuber and this is all I can do. This is the most I can do. That's all I can do. So if you are scared, it is okay, because these are just people. So yeah, that is my whole big thing. I feel like there's so much more I could say, but that pretty much summed up the past, since October, I think. So, oh man, this was a lot. Franklin says these bullies seem to think they are way more important than they are, and that they are owed things. The situation was not as deep as they want it to be. That's what I'm saying. And then they like told me I'm using them for clout. Say what? That, like, they went there. This is how like, that's another thing, that this is all entertainment value for them. If you wanted to tell your story, you could have told your story, but they went and shopped around their story to the commentary bros. And this was this was a YouTube channel that Alicia didn't get along with. So it was very clear what their motive was. So, yeah. If the person leaves the cult and wants to just be like, okay, hey, let's do this, let's have the screenshots, because when that attack happened on Skip, I was actually in the cult at the time. That's another thing. I have to be like, in order for me to call them a cult, I have to admit that I was in it. And that was one of the things that I witnessed myself. That was one of the things I was there for, and I decided to exit out of it. So I was there for that when that happened, and I remember all of it. And I remember Fat Jack being in there, or I wouldn't be here saying it. So they can say what they want. Oh, we had nothing to do with Skip. You guys are liars. Yeah, they are here. They're such liars. I'm telling you right now, guys, I have nothing to lose at this point. Like, I'm a small channel. I have absolutely nothing to lose. I didn't even tell Alicia I was doing this. I have nothing to gain from this either. I have nothing to gain from it. Like, what am I going to gain here sitting here? I saw the shit and I should have said something, but I didn't. So I don't care if you are creators or not. You still have a big fucking platform, because you guys it's many of you. It's not just one of you. It is many of you. And I'd like to say, so the people again, Terry, Audie, Meeks, Naylee, Sarah, off the top of my head, that's who I can remember. So yeah. Thank you guys for listening to this. This video will always be up. I don't care what these fuckers say. That's the truth. This is not even my truth. That's what the fuck happened. This is literally what happened. So thank you guys for watching, but this was it. This was like the truth here. And yeah, so it's not talking crap with a friend, Alana. That's not what I'm saying. And if that's what you got out of all of this, I really can't help you. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you soon on the next video. Bye, guys.